Hi guys, after grading your last constructed response, I noticed that you're needing some help with making claims. So by the end of this PowerPoint, you should understand what a good claim is and how to go back and to revise your claim. So it's important to understand when making a claim that it's your opinion. It's your interpretation of what the author's saying. It's not a fact. You could argue the opposite side of what you're claiming. I'm not going to ask you to memorize the different types of claims, but just as a jumping off point, it's important to understand that you could argue a cause or an effect. You could suggest a policy be put in place or suggest a solution to a problem, or you could place value on something by arguing that it's the best or superior. So with these next statements, I want you to think of yourself. Is this a fact or is it a claim? Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States. Fact or claim? Yes, this is a fact. You can't argue with another side of this. It is factual. So next one, Martin Luther King was the most influential human rights activist. Fact or a claim? You're right, this is a claim. I'm making an argument. You could argue the opposite opinion of me. You could choose someone else who you think is the most influential. Mass transit is the best way to reduce air pollution. Fact or claim? You're right, this is a claim. I'm arguing that it's the best way to reduce air pollution. You could argue other ways that are better, perhaps. Cigarettes contain chemicals which are known to cause cancer. Fact or claim? Yes, this one is a fact. And last but not least, the penny should be eliminated from U.S. currency. Fact or claim? This is a claim. You are making an argument, and you could also, someone else could make an argument that we should keep it in the U.S. currency. Okay, so just a few tips is make sure when you're making a claim that it's not too broad or too narrow. We've already talked about the fact that it needs to be an opinion, not factual. Make sure you can back that up with evidence. And again, I'm not asking you to memorize those types of claims, but you could consider the different types when making your own claim. So this time I want you to think to yourself, strong or weak? Technology in education is good. Strong or weak? Yeah, I would consider this weak. To me, it's too broad. Technology is affecting the job market. Strong or weak? Okay, this one is also weak. It's, again, very broad, very general, and you need to have that be more specific, more original to what you want to say. Technological advancements are making people helplessly lazy. Strong or weak? I think this would be a strong claim. You're making your opinion. Somebody could argue the opposite of that opinion. And having read the articles that we've been reading lately, you could support that with quotes from both pieces. School districts should provide each student with a computer and internet connection. Strong or weak? I intended this one to be a strong example. When I'm looking back at it, I think that we could make it even stronger. I could say something like, school districts could be more innovative with e-days and computer-based learning if each student was provided with a computer and internet connection. That way it's more my claim's more rooted in the articles that we've been reading that way. There are benefits and disadvantages of e-days. What do you think? Strong or weak? Yeah, this is a weak one. It's definitely weak because it's not taking a stand. It's saying benefits and disadvantages. You need to take one side when you're making your claim. In order to successfully find a career after earning their degree, college freshmen should major in fields that require a human element of ingenuity. Strong or weak? Yeah, this one's strong. I'm suggesting, based on the articles, based on reading about the job market, I'm going to argue that college freshmen need to reevaluate what major they're going to have. So that way after college they can have a more successful time finding a job. That is my opinion, and I could back it up with evidence from both articles. So when drafting your claim, I want you to go through this process of brainstorming, whether it's on paper or in your head. First, think about, I'm reading two or more sources about the same idea. What is that common element or common main idea? So we've read a few articles about technology in education. We've also read a few about technology impacting the job market. So you're focusing on one of two of those today. From there, narrow that topic even more specifically. What are the positives and negatives about technology and education? Or what are the positives and negatives about technology impacting the job market? Then go back after answering those questions and figuring out what both sides of that argument and thinking about the evidence. What evidence can you find from those articles? You can also think about your opinion, and you can also think more specifically about what kind of claim you want to make. Cause and effect, proposed solution, or value. So here's an example of how I went through my thought process. I'm talking today about technology's effect on the job market. I went back and looked at both articles and found that new technology is complementing people's skills, enabling them to be more effective in their jobs. That the more technology there is causing companies or stores to have lower prices on their products, which is then enabling people to shop more since it's more affordable, which is therefore improving economy. So there's just some positives. There are also some negatives in these articles about the percentage of working age adults are the lowest in a decade, and companies can be more efficient with less employees. So that has a negative effect on the job market. I paired that with how do I feel, and I tend to embrace technology. So how do I go from there? I want to state my claim. My first version of my claim was just, you know what, technology, I'm going to switch my account real quick to my school Gmail. So I know that based on reading the articles, technology is good for the job market. That's what I want to argue. But now, having learned more about claims, I know that that's too broad. So I want to make it a little bit better. So I'm going to say, I don't know, where do I go from here? Maybe I can think about a specific type of claim I want to make. I'm going to, let's try a cause and effect claim. So I might argue that technology has a positive impact on the job market because companies are able to make their products. No, I don't like that idea. Because then I'm talking more about companies being successful than people finding jobs. So let me go back. Technology has a positive impact on the job market because companies have to hire more people to invent and create these new types of technology. Okay, that could be one claim. I think it's okay. Let's keep working. Maybe I'm going to make a value claim. I'm going to argue what's best. I might say technological inventions that improve clerical work and other let's say technological inventions that improve clerical work are better than the inventions that take over the human element in companies, because people will spend more time being creative and less time doing, what word I want to say, like easy jobs. I want to say that more more sophisticated way of doing simpler if I can type simpler tasks. Okay, I still can't spell simpler today. Probably because it's not a word. Doing more simple tasks? I don't know. What do you think of that? Okay. So, propose solutions. Okay, I want to say something about how colleges should change since the job market is changing. So maybe I can say, in order to make sure graduating seniors are able to attain jobs, maybe saying graduating, maybe just say students. In order to make sure students are able to attain jobs after graduation, colleges need to shift their focus to making more majors focus on the human element of ingenuity. Okay. So which one do I like better? I've kind of drafted 3. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I couldn't decide which one I wanted. So talking to myself about which type there is helped me figure out which one. So you can just focus on one, draft that, or maybe you draft 3 and then decide on the best. I think I'm going to start with this value one. I think I can find the most quotes from the 2 articles based on this. I can say we need to have technology that enhances this type of a job, but not that takes away from these other sort of jobs. And I can find quotes from there. So I want you to go back to your claim and I want you to revise it. So you're going to go to this Padlet wall. You have a QR code available on the top of your handout. I want you to scan that QR code. It'll take you to a Padlet wall, and I want you to type your new claim there. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.